Ban the witch! Ban the witch! The forest was dark, and the sky looked like it had swallowed the moon. All around, torches lit up angry faces. A circle of villagers stood trembling not from fear, but from something stronger, rage. In the middle of them stood a woman with skin like dried leaves and eyes like wet charcoal. She did not cry. She did not scream. She only looked back at the people she once knew and smiled. They shouted louder. Ban the witch! The elders pointed their fingers. Children hid behind their mothers. And in the shadows, a drum old and dusty sat silent, waiting to be heard again. A long, long time ago, in a quiet village called Onikoko, something strange began to happen. Every once in a while, when the wind stood still and the crickets stopped chirping, a drum would begin to beat on its own. Dum, dum, dum. Slow, deep, and terrible. The drum had no player. No one knew where it came from. But whenever it beat, something horrifying happened. A maiden of exactly 30 years old would disappear, forever. Not inside her house. Not in her bed. Only if she was outside. If she was in her room, the drum passed her by like a shadow. But if she was outside, gone. Her clothes would be found on the ground. Her shoes left behind. But the girl, never again. This happened once every few years. Then once every year. Then twice a year. And for 50 years, the drum claimed more than 70 women. No one could explain it. And no one ever returned. Out of fear, girls began to marry early at 16, sometimes even 13. They believed that if they could have a child early, their spirit would live on, even if the drum took them. "Mama, I'm scared," little Amara once said. "Will the drum come for me too?" Her mother hugged her tightly. "Not if you marry young, my child. Not if you stay inside once the sun goes down." The rule became clear: once you turn 30, never step outside at night again. One cold evening, the moon hid behind clouds. The animals were silent. Amara, now 28, was inside her hut with her older sister Neka, who had just turned 30. They were making soup when they heard it. Dum, dum, dum. The sound rolled across the village like thunder in a cave. Amara froze. Her spoon dropped into the pot. She turned around and saw the curtain to the door swinging. "Neka," she called. No answer. She rushed to the door, just in time to see her sister standing outside, looking up at the sky, as if hypnotized. "Neka, come back inside." But her sister stood still. Then, suddenly, she looked at Amara. Tears in her eyes. "Take care of Mama," she whispered. And then, dum, dum, dum. Silence. Subscribe for more interesting stories.